Rabies is a zoonotic viral disease that is epidemic in more than 150 countries worldwide. Malaysia notified its first case of human rabies-related death in nearly 20 years after 2 victims from Sarawak have succumbed to the disease in July 2017. The ongoing rabies epidemic recorded a total of 18 positive human rabies cases reported, which includes 17 fatalities and 1 survivor who is now on life support after a severe neurological complication.
Many factors contributing to the outbreak of rabies in Sarawak, the State Disaster Management Committee has created a statewide anti-rabies operation involving the dispatchment of various agencies such as Department of Veterinary Services Sarawak, Ministry of Local Government and Housing, Sarawak, and other relevant agencies. The government has introduced many programs on rabies awareness and carried out mass vaccination of pets within the urban and rural areas of Sarawak. Clinics to treat animal bites were also opened in view of the increased rabies cases reported. With all the necessary preventive steps taken by the community, our beloved state will reach its goal of a rabies-free state in 2025. There is no cure for rabies virus, but rabies can be prevented. In conjunction with the World Rabies Day 2020, I urge the people of Sarawak to be responsible and join us to win the battle against rabies.
Ever since the first rabies incident in Sarawak government has decided that it should come under the purview of State Disaster Management Committee, as it comprises of all the important agencies that will play a role to fight the virus from spreading.
First of all, we try to stop the spread, and actually under the regulation, any incident, then we will zone that from that area within 2 kilometers as affected area, and within that affected area, the focus will be to look at the dog population. So SDMC role will be to coordinate the response by the state government, mobilizing all the agency from the police, the army, the military, the information department. I think UKAS is also on board. The concerted effort will be done to strategize how to stop the spread and eventually eliminate the rabies in Sarawak.
So, Ministry of Local Government and Housing, we are tasked to do licensing of the dogs. And in 2018, we changed the bylaw so that we ensure that the dogs should be licensed and the dogs should be having a microchip put in. And why a microchip put in? So that we know that the dogs is vaccinated, who is the owners, and so on. And unfortunately, we have good response on 2019 with more than 20,000 dogs being licensed. Unfortunately, this year, despite 20 programs, we only had 2,000. Of course, this year is very unusual because of MCO, because of COVID-19. Everybody thinks that it's less important, but it's still so important to have responsible pet ownerships.
Infected animal can spread the virus by biting another animal or a person. In rare case, rabies can be spread when infected saliva get into an open wound, or the mucous membrane such as mouth and eyes. The virus go to the spinal cord and it go up to the brain. It start to multiply rapidly. At that point, the person saw symptoms.
The Sarawak government are very serious in curbing the rabies epidemic by implementing various initiatives to ensure both humans and animal safety, such as the integrated rabies operation, which was conducted from 1st March 2019.
The operation come into force after the Majlis Keselamatan Negara declare rabies as a disaster level 2, and therefore operation come under MKN 20. Our main focus is to targeted removal of the strays as well as to vaccinate the dogs. So to do it strategically, we start an operation region by region. We started with Lulu and then move up to Limbang and Lawas. Actually, Limbang and Lawas has been rabies free until now. So during that operation, the main focus is to target remove the stray, because the stray can be one of the main problem that can carry the rabies. Then we hope the medium that spread rabies can be reduced.
We do rabies vaccination for free to all dogs in Sarawak, and it's compulsory for vaccination in Sarawak. We do rabies campaign door to door to vaccinate all the dogs, and we also conducted mass vaccination throughout Sarawak. Up to now, we vaccinated more than 180,000 dogs. This covers about 70% of the dog population in Sarawak.
Sarawak is the only state in which we had dog licensing by local council, and now it makes so easy that you can even go to online to apply, and then we will give you a time where or when to get your microchips put in. If you only need to put microchip once, but once you put in, then you do not need to. Then everything can be online, so that your dogs, we know your dog's history. In case even your dog lost, and we found the dog and we just detect it, and you said the dog belongs to who and where. And so this year we also have many campaigns by the Ministry of Agriculture. They go to many places to vaccinate the dogs. And I hope that even though your dog may not be licensed, but I hope that the minimum you do is to be responsible to make sure your dogs get vaccinated.
Department of Veterinary Service Sarawak has successfully reduced the human case, dropped from 10 human deaths in 2018 to 6 2019 last year, and only 4 this year. Dog positive cases also dropped from 146 and now only 91. And there is an increase of public awareness on rabies.
Now, next advice to the public is, if you are bitten, what you should do is immediately wash your wound for at least 15 minutes using Dettol or whatever it is. After finish cleaning your wound, please go to a rabies clinic. It is very important for you to go immediately and seek treatment. It can be cured. We have a lot of cases in Sarawak where a person is bitten, but speedily get the treatment from the doctor, they get well.
The Sarawak government also established an immune belt enforcement team, IBET, with the purpose of stopping rabid dogs from entering the state. It was approved by the Cabinet in June 2020, and it was aimed at addressing the issue of rabid dogs that continue to enter Sarawak through its long and porous border.
Let us work together in eradicating rabies once and for all.
Collaborate and vaccinate.
Collaborate, vaccinate.
Collaborate and vaccinate.
Collaborate and vaccinate.